As you can see, I had a little bit of fun. What's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to give you some tips as to how to keep your D-Series from blowing up under higher boost levels. Now obviously you'd want rods and pistons and all that, but if you just have a stock Y7 or Y8 and you just want to put some boost to it and have some fun like I did, this is a stock OEM cylinder head from the manufacturer. This actually has, you know, it matches the VIN. This came with the car. Has the stock camshaft, valve springs, retainers. The block, this is a junkyard Y7. We took the engine out of here, the block out of here, so we could build it with the vtec build, which I'll go over in just a minute. So this is just a junkyard bottom end Y7, no forged pistons. I don't even have ARP head studs in this. This is literally completely stock head and block. Now, it does have a Z6 intake manifold instead of the Y7, and a port matched Type R throttle body, which I did in a previous video on this channel, so definitely go to my videos and browse them. I have some pretty good videos out there, I think. So yeah, stock Y7, you know, stock intake manifold with a stock throttle body, port matched. But we have a GT30 eBay turbo, which I'll put a link in the description of this exact one that I have. It's a twin scroll, but I have a cheap log manifold with a cheap eBay wastegate. This is just dumped directly to atmosphere, but the 3-inch downpipe will be connected to this at some point. I like to have mine recirculated. So one of the first things is obviously a really good tune, and I have a awesome tuner, Michael. He'll only tune on Honda S300 and Neptune, Demon, all those things like that, but he won't do chipped ECUs with just the chip because they have a tendency to erase the files at random. They're not very reliable. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. The next thing is obviously really good oil. We use Bestline's HP, the high performance synthetic lubricant. This stuff is amazing. I will leave a link below of them testing this product on their YouTube channel. It's really awesome. You definitely have to give it a view. It's better than a lot of the other oil additives out there, and it withstands heat really well because of their micro lubrication technology. I can get you this through a link in the description, racingadditives.com, with a 20% off coupon code. So type in DGuy20 to get 20% off. I'm not just trying to sell their product to make money. I'm actually really sold on this product. I have used this way before even having sponsorship. I didn't get this oil free, but I did get it with the 20% off coupon code, so definitely go grab you some. That is what I put in the turbo itself. I will actually take this piece off when there's nothing in there, pour the oil additive in there, and run the turbo. And I'll show you exactly how I run the turbo. I just use a blow nozzle and air compressor so there's no heat on it, and I'll just spray it directly in. Just like that. But yeah, that's basically all I do to get the oil circulated, and I'll keep refilling it over and over, maybe 3 or 4 cycles till it's empty, fill it up, and keep doing this 2 or 3 times. That helps get it in everything, and that's why the turbo spool's so good. It also protects it from overheating, so you don't get bearing failure, which is a huge thing. Also, what it does inside the engine is it attaches itself to the metal in, say, the cylinder walls, the bearings, the crankshaft, and that way it has a micro film, it's called film strength, over everything, and it helps keep everything lubricated and cooled down. So it's really good stuff. Definitely go check the video out, see for yourself. The next thing would be obviously a good cooling system. You don't want to overheat your engine. I'm still using the stock fan because they are really good, but I will be upgrading the radiator to a racing radiator with a slim fan, but the slim fan will have a shroud so that it funnels in air just like the factory does. Doing just a slim fan by itself is okay, but it's not the best for cooling. So yeah, those are a couple of things. Obviously 91 to 93 octane, really good. I use 93 only, but that's what we have at our pumps. Could go E85, but I'm not ready for that yet, but we will be doing that in the future. So obviously a really good tune, good oil, which we use Rotella T6 turbo diesel oil. We've used it in all of our Hondas and all of our turbo builds. We've never had an issue with it. 5W40 is what we use. It's a full synthetic, but if you're breaking your engine in, you do not want a full synthetic because it will not break in properly. You'll just use a conventional motor oil. We use SuperTech to break our engines in. It's super cheap from Walmart. It has some additives in it to protect everything, and we add zinc plus the Bestline. So I highly recommend that if you're breaking an engine in. Don't use synthetic. So those are the key things right there that has protected this engine, even at 18, 19 pounds of boost. Now, these results may vary. It just depends who your tuner is and how good they are at doing what they do. But Michael's really good. I will leave a link in the description as well, so you can find Michael, message him, get a price quote. But his tunes are really worth it. And he remote tuned me from Kansas, and I'm here in Texas. So he's really good at doing all that stuff, so definitely hit him up. Other thing is, since I don't have ARP connecting rods or ARP head studs, I am getting just the slightest bit of head lift, which that happens under higher boost pressure. It kind of lifts the cylinder head just a tiny little bit, and it'll pressurize the hoses. And this hose right here was like expanded real big after my 19 PSI run, and it boiled over here and pressurized and sprayed coolant all over there. So that's another thing. If you're gonna do that, make sure to at least have some ARP head studs or something. The vtec build will be going in, so I have the ARP head studs for that, but that's just another thing. Don't beat on it all the time too, because that's another way you really wear these engines out quick. But this junkyard engine's holding up really good, and the factory Y7 with 200,000 miles was holding up really good too, at 16 pounds to 18 pounds. So really impressed with these stock Y7s. Everyone hates on them, but honestly, they just don't get the love they deserve. Obviously you want a 255 fuel pump or something equivalent. I prefer Walbro because it's just been tried and true for me. It's the cookie cutter recipe for these builds. I just get a Walbro 255. They're like 60-70 bucks on eBay, worth every penny. Make sure you get bigger injectors. The 240s will work, but you'll want only like 4 psi of boost, or you know, you could probably get up to 6, but they like to max out pretty quick, so just keep that in mind. Those are a few things that protect this engine from blowing up. Another thing would also be to lower the rev limiter. I have my rev limiter set at 6,900. I could go to 75 because the stock D series can handle 75, but that's one thing that's keeping this engine prolonged life is lower rev limiter. So 6,900 is working really good for me, and as you see in my pool videos, so yeah, it's definitely holding up pretty good. So I'm gonna go inside real quick and I'll show you the vtec build. All right, so here it is, the D16y7, the one that has matching VIN plates to the car. That's why I pulled it out. We got a new oil pump for it. Got the ARP head studs, forged max peating rods. So these are going to be the forged rods I'm using. We've got a thing of Bestline for the new engine. This one, once it's ready to go, we'll be putting that in on the bearings and everything to protect it. And this is the 6-puck stage 4 racing clutch. We have the stage 3 in the car, but it can't handle the power, so we upped it to a 4. 8-pound flywheel, looks beautiful. The only real difference between the stage 3 and the stage 4 is these pressure plates. As you can see, this pressure plate looks a little beefier than the one that I had installed in the car. So it's pretty cool. This will all be going in at the same time, which I will have video coverage of the entire process. So we'll be pressure washing this probably in the next video, cleaning it up, painting it, making it look good, and then we can start with the build. I'm just waiting on the pistons and the main and rod bearings and block guard, and once those come in, we'll be good to go. So should be maybe another week and this will be installed, so definitely stay tuned. If you guys are new here, definitely consider subscribing, checking out my other videos that I have. I have a ton more videos, and we plan on doing a 500 plus horsepower build with this Y7. So definitely stay tuned, hit the bell icon to get notified of every upload, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, God bless, stay safe, and stay awesome.